Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I am proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. So I was having a conversation with person named Kiss Clone, who comes by my page sometimes and he'll give me some information. This is just one of these things too, is that people give me information and sometimes we'll be having a conversation and there's quite a bit of information that they give me, and then it's like, and then I'll start having another conversation with another person. It's funny, like just little stories. Like one of the things that always happened to me in my life is that every time I would like meet a girl that I'd like, I would meet 3 girls at the same time. It was always 3. I never could just meet one girl, right? There was always happened to be, it would be 3 all at the same time, like within the same week. Bam! I got 3 girls that now I want to date all 3 of them, right? And then so it's like you like all of them. And you're trying to figure it out and shit, right? So this is what happens with me getting information a lot of the times. It's like there's like 3 people out there that give me a lot of information, and then it'll come at me like all at the same time. I'm getting like 3 people giving me all this information, right? And then it's like it's hard to pick which piece I want to use or like how to build it into a video. And sometimes I just kind of let it go by and I'll keep it in my head, but I'll just like I'm trying to wait for other things. So this is kind of one of those situations where right now I've got a lot of information coming at me. But these couple little pieces here that Kiss Clone gave me, it's like one of these things. It's like I want to go ahead and just get something on this in video, right? I just want to document it because it's like I don't know exactly how this happened. I don't know exactly what this is, but it's really interesting, right? So I just wanted to get this out on a video really quick and stuff before I forget about it and let it go or whatever. It's like one of those things and stuff, right? So what he was telling me was that Smokey had released a new album in around like August of 2009, so shortly after the death of Michael Jackson. That's this album here called Time Flies When You're Having Fun, which is ironic that this is the album, the name of the album, Time Flies When You're Having Fun, right? It's just weird stuff, right? But so what he pointed out to me is that this album, if you look at the song track, if you look at the song track listing, there we go. Let me zoom in over here. Okay, so you see here, it's listed now. This is on Spotify. So like I said, I don't know exactly what this is and stuff, but it's interesting. You see that the album is listed with 11 tracks, okay? And then it has the date there, like August 25th of 2009. So I guess that's when it was released, right? But see, it's got the same album released on the same date. This is the part that's confusing me. One of those things that I don't know exactly what this is and stuff, right? But so, here's that album listed with 11 tracks, okay? And if you look, Smokey Robinson, if you look at the name, see Smokey, 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 he wrote all those songs, okay? I think he wrote every song on this album. When I looked through it, I think it's all Smokey Robinson stuff. Okay, so, here it is. It's that album with 11 tracks, okay? And then, let me go ahead and click over here. Okay, now here we are. Same album, okay? But now when you go down the track list on this one has 12 tracks. Okay, now this one has a different date. Okay, see that I missed that on the original one. Because for some reason I thought they both had that original date in the August. Okay, but this one's October. Okay, so it looks like he re-released the album with a 12th track of I Want You Back. And it's weird though, he's got his name on there as like it. I thought that was the songwriter, but see now, like I'm saying, I didn't study this super good. That's why I'm making mistakes as I'm going and stuff. I'm still trying to figure it out and stuff because like I thought I looked at this. See, this is kind of stuff. I thought I looked at this quite a few times, and both times it was telling me that it was the August like 25th date was the release date. I thought I seen that over. See, this kind of stuff. It's like, see, and I don't mind making mistakes and showing you that maybe I'm making mistakes. See, on the other track too, where I was showing you that Smokey Robinson's name was on there, but now his name's on I Want You Back, and Smokey didn't write I Want You Back. Okay, so that's like confusing me now a little bit. Okay, but it's I Want You Back, which is that's a Jackson 5 song, right? I'm going to show you a little bit more there. But now we can see here on this one too that, see, I'm figuring this out sometimes as I go. Like I said, like I said, I didn't figure all this out. And you can see that I didn't figure it all out because I'm making mistakes here as I go, which I don't mind showing you that because it's the process of development, trying to figure it out. I'm working on, but I needed to just get on here and get a video going because I wanted to get this put into a video, right? So that's what's happening with this. And I told you that's what I was doing with this before I started. So I'm figuring shit out as I go on the fly. I'm seeing stuff, right? It's kind of funny. So anyways, but now it's got that date. Now that other date, having that other date, that's a much bigger importance because now it's showing you that he re-released this album with a 12th track, and it does have a separate date. So this is a later. So he released the 11 track one first, then he releases that same album with the 12th track on a later date, is what it looks like, and the 12th song that he puts on there is I Want You Back, right? And because this is right after the death of Michael Jackson, right? So the other thing I want you to see here is that, so this is the single, the Jackson 5's single for I Want You Back, right? And see on this one, see it says right there, the corporation. That's the writing team that wrote I Want You Back. Things to know, like, I know I've told people this before and stuff, but it's a thing you should be aware of. See when it says Joe Bet? Joe Bet is the company, the publishing company that owns the rights to all of the songs through Motown, because there's a thing that Berry Gordy sold Motown Records. So you would think that when they say Berry Gordy sold Motown, you would think that that means he sold all the rights to the songs, but he didn't. That's a separate company called Joe Bet. So it's just a thing to know that Joe Bet is the publishing company and Berry Gordy still owns that. So Berry Gordy still owns the rights to all of the songs of the Motown artist and everything, right? Okay, but so this is I Want You Back, the single, right? And then if you go to the B-side, okay, so the B-side of I Want You Back is Who's Lovin' You, which is written by Smokey Robinson. It's his name is William Robinson, so that's the WM, I guess. What William something? I think about it, whatever. But yeah, that's why it's the WM. But that's Smokey Robinson and stuff, right? So Smokey Robinson, because that's his song. He wrote Who's Lovin' You, and so on the B side of Who's Lovin' You is I Want You Back, right? And so then that's the song that Smokey added as that extra track, It's just an interesting thing. It's like, this is one of those things that's like, huh. And then the title, I Want You Back. And that's a Jackson 5 song, which happened to be on the B-side of the Who's Lovin' You release, It's interesting. Like I said, and then the dates, because I thought they were both on the August. I thought they both got released, and that was one of the things that was confusing me. And I wasn't going to make this video just because I thought I did look at that, and it kept saying that it was August, but now the other one looks like it has an October release, so it looks like it is a separate release. And the song he puts on there is I Want You Back, and this is right after Michael Jackson died, So just showing you that, so I just wanted to get this in video and show you that these things are going on, and that there's stuff that, information that I have that I don't always put into videos and stuff. And it's like I need to do further investigation. But part of that, what I've learned is that just get into a video, because once it's in video, then it's more like stuck in my head and I'm thinking about it more. And then something else will come up that's like, okay, something else that I want to talk about, and I'll turn it maybe into another video and I can talk about it more. So my videos are not always perfectly refined. Some of it's just actually that you're seeing the investigation. It happened right here while I was doing it. I was seeing the dates and stuff. I'm trying to figure it out as I'm going and stuff, right? But it's good information. I wanted to get it out there because it was interesting and stuff, right? So then the other thing the Kiss clone told me, he said, hey, in that DJ Vlad interview with Smokey, Smokey said that when Michael Jackson got burned on the Pepsi commercial, he said that they put a plate in his head, right? And I've never heard that. It's one of those things, if any of you people out there have ever heard that, and you can put a link, down to somewhere where that has been said before, that's something, a piece of information I would like to hear and stuff. I'd like to know more about it. So like I had never heard that, right? But Smokey said it's there, and it's like, okay, well, is it true or not? It's one of those things too. Now, just because he said it doesn't mean it's true, but it could be true, right? So it's one of those things. But what Kiss Clone was pointing out to me is, so he said, well, if Michael Jackson had a plate in his head, how come he wasn't ringing off the metal detector when he was going into the courtroom? How come the metal detector wasn't ringing off, right? So let me show you here. This is Michael Jackson, and I checked checked on this. I checked on like 5 different times where they showed the videos of him going in the courtroom, and the metal detector never went off, right? So here, let me just show you this. Okay, so right there, you see the first, now he just walked through, which I know, I wonder if he sends him back, because you got to go slower. And so maybe think they're turning it off, but I don't know. Now see, as I'm watching it too, I just noticed that the first guy walked through and then Michael walked through really fast afterwards, which you're supposed to take a second. You're not supposed to go through that fast, right? So let me see if he makes him, yeah, see? And he made him go back. He's making him go back through. See, because I don't think it went off. I think he went through too fast. He went through something like that, because the second time he comes through, and I don't think he takes anything off. But see, the little arch right there that when you're going into a courtroom, that arch right there that you walk through, that's a metal detector. Because last time I went to court, they made me even take my belt. I had to take my belt off. They said, any metal that you have, you got to take it off. And I was like, you mean my belt? I got to take my fucking belt off and shit, right? And it's like, yeah, you got to take your belt off. But that's the other thing, is they're not making Michael, like, he looks to have things like he'll have the glasses, looks like he's got a brooch on. It looks like he's got metal on him. But then they do the wand, and the wand doesn't seem to go crazy and stuff. So it's one of these things that's like, what's actually happening here? And I think I have other ones with the sound, but this one I pulled up, it didn't have the sound. I should have done it better and stuff. But anyways, let's play this again. So now Michael's going to come back through. Okay, here he is. Okay, and as you can see here, he's got like a brooch like thing on here. He's got the sunglasses, which should have some metal on it. He's probably got metal on him other places, right? But you'll see that when they wave the wand, they don't wave the wand over his head, because let's say that the thing did go off, right? And I've seen other ones with the volume. This one doesn't have any volume on it. But then they would usually wave the wand over the head if there's a metal plate there. If he says, well, I got a metal plate in my head, you would think that they would wave the wand over the head, but that could be a thing where it's like, well, you're exposing secrets, right? And it's like, you can't make me expose the secrets to the public uses of being televised and stuff. So it's one of these things like, well, what's happening? Was Smokey not telling the truth? Or maybe Michael Jackson could have even lied to Smokey. It's one of these things that's just like, well, what is this? Okay, Smokey just said that Michael Jackson had a metal plate put in his head when he got burned, but here he is walking through a metal detector, and then they're waving the wand at him. But first of all, he goes through the metal detector. They don't even make him take his glasses off. It looks like he's got a brooch on. You know, I'm sure he's got other metal on, but it doesn't make him take any of that stuff off. So it's kind of like, what's happening? It's just weird. Right? It's weird. And then so here the guy's going to wave the wand. You're going to see he's not going to wave it over his head. So raise your arms. He puts the wand. That's a metal detector. Okay? He just does the basic things like that. They're just like, okay. Okay, so like I said, it didn't appear to be any sign. Like I said, I've seen other ones, and I think there was volume on them, because I remember I pulled up a bunch of them the other day, but I pulled this one up. I should have pulled another one up too, whatever. But I didn't see anything happening about any signs of there being a metal plate in his head, him having to explain it. None of that stuff. Plus, they run the wand over him, and it's like, maybe the wand can beep where the metal's at, and as long as there is a piece of metal there that they can recognize, then they're not worried about it being a gun or something. Plus, it is Michael, so they're not worried about him. I don't think they're worried about him coming in and shooting up the place and stuff, right? I mean, I don't know. It's just weird and stuff, right? But the one thing, and like I said, I did watch these videos yesterday, and I pulled up like 5 of them. Right? And it was one of those things I was thinking about making a video. That's what I'll do sometimes too. I'll start building a video, and then something will happen. I'll just like, let me forget this right now and stuff, right? And so then, because the video will come out sloppy if I don't do it right, like this one is coming out sloppy, but I'm still going to put this out because I think these are interesting pieces and stuff, right? And it's like, these are just some things that I'm just putting out there. Some information that was given to me by Kiss Clone. I thought they were very interesting points, so I'm just trying to convey this information that's been given to me and just put it out there. And then so it's something that we can think about further, and just let you know that these are some things that are occurring and stuff, right? Like I said, there's the extra added track onto the Time Flies When You're Having Fun album, which happened to be I Want You Back, which was right after Michael Jackson died. Smokey does that, which is odd. I think it's odd. And then the song he chose, it's just, you know, it's much more of like the father trying to deal with reality that he lost his son, trying to deal with that reality, and that's when his emotions are highly enhanced at that time, and then he puts that extra song on there. It's kind of odd, right? Would he have done that if Michael wasn't his kid? If Michael just was Michael Jackson, would he have been feeling that much inner pains and stuff, having to deal with it? Because you got to remember, Smokey Robinson's Motown artist, he saw all those stars, so many of those stars die. He had been through it a lot, right? People that he was really close with, really talented people. And it's not like Michael Jackson died when he was like 17, right? It's not like that kind of situation where you're like, oh, right? He did live to be 50. Right, he's 50 years old. I mean, it's not like he's 17. That's a big freaking difference, right? So, I mean, even though it was a total shock that Michael Jackson died, he did live to be 50, and he accomplished great, he had a great life, and he accomplished a lot, right? So it's not like where freaking Marvin Gaye gets shot by his father, it's boom, he's shot, he's dead, that's it, it's over and shit, right? It's like, so it's not like dramatic like that. Like I'm saying, and then you got like the Temptation stuff. I mean, like I'm saying, Smokey had seen a lot of this stuff with people that he was really, really close with. Like one of the cool things that Smokey had said about like Marvin Gaye, because he was talking about people that could just play any instruments. And I think maybe he was talking about Stevie Wonder. He was talking about Marvin Gaye. He's like, they could just play. And he says, and Smokey Robinson said, yeah, when I first went out on tour with the Miracles in the early days, he said, Marvin Gaye was my drummer. Like, this is the kind of stories that you can only get from those people. And this is why when I try and talk to the Michael Jackson community to get you to understand the importance of having the conversation with Smokey Robinson and Diana Ross, it's like, my investigation can only be good. It can only be so good. I can only get so in the depth to the real moments of history and talk about. I can't be as good as like what Smokey. It's not like where Smokey tell you, yeah, man, Marvin, man, they used to jam all the time. They could play anything. Like I never knew that Marvin Gaye played all these instruments and stuff. I didn't know he's playing the drums. Smokey's like, yeah, he played the drums for the Miracles when we first went out on tour. That is so cool. Like I just like those little pieces of information that you can only get from those people because they have all kinds of information like that. And that's what we got to do is to get Michael Jackson to truly be able to rest in peace and bring easing to the misunderstandings and the misillusioned public that have been deceived by the press and stuff and the bad stories and stuff like that. The only way that anybody's ever going to be able to overcome that is with the real hard truth, and the real hard truth that actually explains things, because people know that the people that are out there telling the stories trying to defend Michael, it's one-sided. It's one-sided crap, and they can't stand up to any. You come at them and say, okay, well, answer this then. If you've got all the answers, and if your evidence is so true and so honest, well, then explain this. And then they shut the fuck up. They block me. They don't ever fucking comment back. They say, I'm not dealing with that. Well, then you're a fraud. Then you failed. You've lost. That's all there is to it. You have lost. You cannot do any defending of Michael Jackson. Everything in what you do is what you do for yourself. Because you people are all freaking losers, fucking morons, who fucking life sucks so fucking bad that you gotta prop up some false fucking image of Michael Jackson, and you're gonna fucking demand that anybody out there that doesn't believe in the same false image of Michael Jackson that you have, that those people are evil and they're bad people. You guys are scum. Fucking losers. You can't deal with real fucking evidence. You people have no fucking new information that you're bringing to the table. You just say, this is our one-sided view of the whole story, and you gotta fucking study, and you gotta see things exactly the way we do, or you're evil, and you're a Michael hater, and we don't want you around here. You guys are fucking scum. Fuck all the fucking Michael Jackson fans. Like I keep saying, they are fucking losers. The MJ innocent people, pedophiles. They're supporting pedophile behavior because they do not explain the behavior of what Michael Jackson had. They just support it. And it's like, you can't support it. The people out there, all the world says that looks like fucking pedophile behavior. And we're not going to support that shit. And then they got the fucking nerve to come back and say, no, it's acceptable because Michael, you got to accept it because it's Michael Jackson. No, we don't got to fucking accept it. Fuck you. And I'm a Michael Jackson fan, I'm telling you. Fuck you! That shit don't work! You fucking MJ innocent motherfuckers are pedophiles! I look at you, when I see these idiots holding up a banner that says MJ innocent, I see the same loser idiots that hold up a banner saying pro-choice. We want to murder fucking babies. I don't see any fucking difference. They're one-sided, it's bullshit, they're fucking losers. And then you got all the fucking moonwalkers, they're just stealing from Michael Jackson's legacy. They're not real fucking fans. They're the ones that steal from Michael Jackson. The perfect way to them is there was a movie with Robert De Niro called The Fan. I believe it's called The Fan, because he was the fanatic. He was a baseball fan. Psycho, total loser. That's the moonwalker community. You're just like the De Niro, the baseball fucking fan, madman loser. You're the same fucking way. That's what I think about you fucking Michael Jackson fans. Fuck all of you. Either you get on board and you fucking help the truth be exposed, or when I do it all by myself, I'm gonna destroy all of you motherfuckers too.